All right. Anywho, I'm that Magic Juice, a GM with Nat 20 and shepherd of this lovely clouder for All Hail the Queen. And we're doing it live. D&D, mostly 5th edition, but a whole bunch of homebrew stuff campaign. And this is our 4th session. Awesome. Let's go around the table real quick, introduce ourselves, introduce our characters, and then we'll get into a recap of what happened last time and dive right in, starting with Heck, please.
All right. Hey, everybody. It's me, Sir Heckline. Happy to be back. And as per usual, I'm playing Aster, the Shifter Circle Wildfire Druid. Going on over to Bright.
Hi, I'm Bright. I'm playing Spunk. Hyacinth.
Hi, it's me, Hyacinth, and I'm playing Icarus, who is an elf, and I think we all know what I am by now. Do we all know what I am by now?
I don't think so.
I have my guesses.
I'm a warlock.
And
Corn dog.
hello, I'm Corndog and Gra. I'll be playing Juno, the cleric, who's also an elf. Here you go, Chrissy.
I'm Chrissy Crits. I'm playing Ulta. Magic.
Did we decide to do a thing and I was just not in on
Listen,
the
you were the one who was in a rush. Now go.
You
We introduced ourselves. Let's start the show.
Some soup.
Oh, we had a terrible time. It's the worst. Okay. So last time we ended up at the sort of deepest, darkest part of the lair. Actually, you don't know the dragon's name yet, do you? I'm not going to say it then.
Is it the one I sucked or the other one?
No, wait, what? Anywho, the dragon's lair in Oyavigatan, and ended up starting to negotiate with it and this Macath the Crimson, who you came here to seek out in the first place, about getting some information about the Well of Dragons and anything else that she may have been studying about this particular dragon, et cetera, et cetera. We haven't really done much in that department, so there's not much yet to report on. But then you were met with the undead, I'll say. But what are you guys calling him? Blue Angie? Langdadros Cyanrath.
Blue Angie.
Yeah.
Blue Wrath.
Who ended up actually possessing a dragon soul stone of his own, along with the large blue dragon that would be familiar to 4 of the 5 of you, and some zombies. So dragon fight ensued. You guys hit them. They hit you. It was glorious and awesome. You guys win. And now the dragon is encased in ice for the crystal dragon to possess as another prize in his trophy room. And we end up with the dragon soul stone left over from Cyanrath, who which the dragon essentially performs a magical ritual to change its nature and gift to Icarus. Which reminds me, could you guys please put your character names in Zoom, because I'm going to screw them up so many times.
Oh no, you're gonna learn my real name.
Yeah. And then we essentially end with Spunk freaking out a little bit, going up to Ulta, be like, what the fuck is going on with you guys turning into dragon-like things? And that's essentially where we're going to open today. Is there anything that you guys want to update, add to, correct before we get started?
I just want to elaborate real quick. I've been watching an undisclosed TV show, and I think my dragon armor should have like wings that look like fairy wings.
Absolutely. So let's do this. Let's actually start with Hyacinth. You can describe for us and our viewers at home what you look like with this awesome armor now that you have become a dragon knight.
Yeah. So one of the things that I wanted with the crystal, because Icarus doesn't really wear heavy armor, is my vision for it was kind of like that lighter plate where it almost looks like crystal so thin it's like layers of fabric. So it looks hard but it moves a little bit more. Ooh. So it's like, a thin vest like breastplate that goes down, And it's like solid crystal with like multiple layers, and it's more smooth edges than like plating, but it you can still see like the layers and like where it actually looks like armor. And then as it gets down towards the waist and the hip, there's a little bit of like flare into like a tail of like the tail end of a coat. And there's up by the shoulders, there's a little bit of extra fabric that kind of bundles like wings. So when he moves, it looks like they're like in the wind, like crystalline wings. But yeah. So and it's kind of like that iridescent crystal. So it's like not technically colorful, but it's flashy.
Nice.
You know, as he does.
Love it. Okay, so one more quick thing before we get into the argument, as it were. Both Aster and Ulta, you will feel as if it's a part, like innately a part of your being. You can easily tell that the power and potency of your own dragon souls increases at the point that Icarus sort of accepts his dragon soul stone. So do or not do what you wish with that information as we start with Spunk and Ulta being at each other's neck. Go right ahead.
Okay. Well, so I made a mistake of typing something into our group chat before we started this. I thought there was going to be more chatter with Hyacinth. So give me 2 seconds.
Chrissy, do you want to share with the class?
Or just share like the nature of the joke. You don't even have to say the joke.
Oh, goodness.
So, when Magic was explaining that, I very simply in our group chat said, my dragon dick got bigger. And I wasn't expecting this. Anyways.
Read your class.
You weren't
read your note out loud
that
to the
would
class,
break
Chrissy.
people and cause giggles?
You also wrote BDE. Big dragon energy.
Jesus Christ! I can't take you guys anywhere.
Anyways, yeah.
Listen,
right.
we've had to sit here for a month without this, okay?
Yeah, true.
We're gonna get all the giggles out now.
Whatever. This channel is labeled as mature content, and this is the most immature. So I don't know. I guess we're liars.
18 plus.
18 plus, baby.
So
All right,
I
Amy.
think we had left off. Correct me if I'm wrong. Where Spunk and Ulta, I know Ulta had drawn, I think, a short sword, and she was just kind of holding. They had gotten into kind of like a verbal back and forth where like Spunk was like, "You," and then Ulta was like, "Yeah, but you."
And actually, Spunk kind of attacked you a couple times, and your little friend came out and basically blocked it from happening.
Yeah, that was the last thing I remember.
Right.
Was Sunrunner coming out, and Ulta as Sunrunner kind of are they still out? I don't remember if they went back into the bag.
Yeah, they're still kind of perched on your snout.
Yeah,
Kind of like in guard mode.
So Ulta is just going to kind of like hold a stance, like short sword drawn, because at this point she's kind of said her piece to some degree of like hold, like, because I'm pretty sure the gist of what she had said was basically like, hold the fuck on. For as much as you don't know about me, I don't know much about you either there, bud. Like, I thought we were kind of in this together. You chose to come down here together. It was kind
You
of like,
slept in my childhood bed. Don't give me this bullshit about how you don't know me. You stayed in my home with your weird compatriots.
Meanwhile, Icarus is in his new fabulous state for a hot minute.
I'm actually like still spinning in circles in slow motion, just like. Ah!
I'm the victim here.
I mean, I have not attacked you. You have attacked me.
Yeah, but you are the one who looks like the other guys that you came here for the murdering and the stealing of her monies.
I'm just saying that feels a little problematic because she's a kobold.
I'm going to point to the spinning elf in the air. And just say, I'm confused why you're coming at me, bro.
Well, because you transformed first, okay? Now this one's doing it.
Yeah, this is a
And-
new development, but it's kind of fun.
Ulta's going to point at Aster and go, no. Also, no.
Yeah, and it's like Aster's just been like looking like back and forth between like the altercation and Icarus. Like what do I do? It's like,
To be fair, that dragon just helped us fight that dragon, so not all dragons are bad. Is kind of
Yeah, but we've been giving offerings to this dragon for like a long time, and now you just show up and kill the dragon, and now it's like, what are you, the new
Well, we
dragon here? You come here
Did
just
we
to
kill?
get free
Did we kill
food
the
and
dragon?
money?
I thought we only killed the one dragon.
no,
Are
we
both
didn't
dead
kill
now?
our friend here. What was your name again?
Okay, so a couple things just happened. Over the table clarification. Yes, Corndog, the crystal dragon is still very much alive. Encased the blue one in ice after one of you landed like the killing blow on it. That one is definitely dead.
Crystal
and
dragons they're not real. They're like animatronics.
yeah, and Cyanrath basically disintegrated. So you know he dead.
Dead.
What was who was that question toward, Aster?
Towards the dragon.
You may call me Aravatore.
oh, Aravatore. I'm gonna write this down.
Aravatore.
Please continue. These are interesting developments.
Is there like a friendlier name we could call you?
I kind of like it.
Ori,
Aravatore?
maybe?
I will put the spelling of it in our group chat, and I will also put it on the shared notes document for all of you.
It reminds me of the word
Alabaster.
aurora, which I do think is beautiful.
Aravatore.
For what it's worth, Spunk, I also do not transform. I just levitate in darkness.
Okay, so what you're saying, you're not with them?
No, I'm just saying it doesn't happen to everyone.
Well, not
You
like
don't have to worry about
with.
everyone transforming on you because that's not what's happening. I mean, it might be what happens later, but I'm just like watching my brother spin, finally eating some snacks.
Well, not like with. We're like siblings, not like together. That'd be weird. But
Yeah, I think from context, it's clear that that's not the question I was asking, but pop off, I guess.
Well, my spouse was a part of the group, but they're currently back with the wizards doing wizard stuff.
Okay. Well.
So we were with each other.
My condolences for your loss.
They're
So
still
what
alive.
we're saying here is that you're not here to steal this dragon's territory and eat all of his followers.
No.
I don't. Wait,
No, we
get
just
out
wanted
of
to
here,
talk
honestly.
to that one, and I point at our tiefling friend, who will hopefully be an actual friend at this point. For the love of
she's
God,
been-
help us! Is the energy I would like my body to be giving off.
She, by this point, has gone over and just sort of walked over to the dragon, kind of trudging around / over these weird zombie bodies, and is basically like cross-armed, leaning on one of his legs on the ground as he's just sitting down watching you guys as well.
so, not to like interrupt your shindig over here, because like it seems really important. Like Icarus is like, just like talking, but like also realizing like he's just completely tangenting off like he does. And then he'll look at Aravatore and be like, "So you gave me your blessing? Technically, even though it was his essence."
I took his essence for my own and gave you a piece of what I already had. You
Well,
call it a blessing. That may be an appropriate way to put it.
I just wanted to say, like, thank you, because that feels.
And I would also like to ask, why him? I pull a goblet out of my robes and piles of blankets.
You could call it a feeling that it was his opportunity.
It's the vibes.
And during this conversation, Icarus, you're gonna feel yourself sort of like losing grip on the. It's not quite concentration. It's really just a sort of. I'm gonna keep using the word innate because that's what it really is. Just a sort of innate feeling of what it's like to be in this form. You're gonna sort of lose grip on it after a little bit of time, and then you will sort of just transform back into your normal state.
Okay. No, I just want to like formally say like thank you, I think, and that I'm honored would be the right word. Yeah, like to like receive it. That's like very kind of you. Yeah, so that was all I was thinking,
He will simply nod and continue to look at
Ulta, while holding a short sword pointed directly at Spunk, will go, well, not that yours isn't necessarily important or anything, but am I killing this guy? Or, I mean, are we, like, done? Or are you
can
really
try,
chill, bud?
asshole.
Like, what are we doing here? Because...
I mean, the spit thing really gets to me, but I feel like that's not something that we can, like, write off, because it does help. It was disgusting, but you did go invisible, so that was pretty cool.
So, like, do you have questions you want to ask us? Is that what the point of this is? Are you going to spit on me again?
I mean, I might. But
Can we have, like, consensual spitting in the future? Can that be a thing that we establish here and now, just as some ground rules?
I like that. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, if you're going to spit on me, I'd like to consent.
All right. I'm gonna let you go, but
Oh, you were still tongued, weren't you?
yeah, I was. But if you even think about trying to kill me, I would kill you first. Or something. Look, not every line has to be clever and funny, all right?
Okay, what
And he
questions
like
do you
slurps back in, and the tongue recoils back into his mouth, and his lips like shut.
Like, what questions do you have, though? We can clarify some of the questions, I think.
I wouldn't even know how to articulate a question about this right now. Why? Also, when? More importantly, how? And then probably again, why?
Okay, those are all good questions. And she's going to immediately look to Aster, who has been much more eloquent the entire game than she ever has been, or panic look at Juno, or Icarus, or anybody to help her with any of those answers.
I guess, so for the first why, is it like, why is this happening? Why are we doing this? Why what? I need more to that why. You only have 2 whys, so make it count. Or at least you only asked for 2 whys. Yes, you, Spunk.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, did you say ask for 2 wives?
No, whys. You said you had 2 why questions.
Right, one at the beginning.
I would like to know one of them. Like the full, not just why, because there's like, why is it raining outside? And then like that would be Aster's answering that question. But if it's like,
why?
Should we just like give him like a brief history to see if that helps answer some of the questions before he gets specific?
well, there are a bunch of dragons about to spring forth from a well, we think. And they want to kill the planet.
Such as the Dragon Queen, right?
Yes. There's a Dragon Queen potentially. We haven't met her yet, so we don't know if she's a
We've
real.
heard of her.
It's just alleged at this point.
Yeah, she's more of like a legend or like... But that's the theory.
I don't know. The cult is very I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah,
They're
there's a
very
cult.
confident.
Yeah,
about
there's a
it.
dragon cult trying to raise evil dragons, but as we go, we have been greeted and helped by non-evil and good dragons, which were like Marloth, the green dragon, who helped us fight off 2 whole dragons to save us, and then gave Aster a blessing. So, like, for example, like, these dragons have been like, the Dragon Queen is evil, we want to help you get to where you're going. So that's why we have these suits of dragon-like armor. If that makes sense for why we seem dragon-like.
Exactly.
But
They're
Okay.
But they're like good aligned. Like, this dragon helped us and then helped me, right?
exactly. There are dragons that
So you're
Don't
turning
want
tricks
the
for
end of the
favors for
world.
dragons, is what you're saying.
Well,
Essentially, yes, that
Okay.
could be a way
Okay.
to put it.
No, I can respect that. There's no shame in the game.
But also, the evil dragons did like, well, the cult killed some of my spouse's family. They also like completely demolished Greenness, which was this small little town that we were in for a hot minute, trying to learn more about the dragon cult. But that got fucking obliterated, so that was not a good time. And then we went to, where did we go after Greenness? We were on the road for months. We went to another town, also dragons. It's just been a whole thing. And anytime we try to learn more, another dragon shows up. And
Okay.
I look to this crystalline dragon, and I'm like,
I get the point of, or like the sentiment of the tricks for favors, but I don't think they're really tricks. They've kind of like just helped us because we have similar goals. It doesn't feel like
I mean,
questionable intent.
not to
Well, I
play
mean-
tit for tat, but you just kill the guy.
Yeah, you just kill things. Yeah, it makes sense. It tracks. Or like killing things on behalf of like their do-good nature. So yeah,
You know, I don't know if being like a peaceful bard was really my nature. As I've
I
Killed
think
a
we
few
could have
things.
figured that out after you went and murdered a bunch of kobolds when we were outside of Greenness.
was that like the rogue moment.
Yes.
yeah, that was the
Yes.
Among Us era.
Yeah, I was like, this is darker than a bard of whispers.
One of you mentioned the cult. Is that like really lazy dragon cult, like in the forest nearby? Like a
I
bunch
wouldn't
of the
call them
bugbears in
lazy
our village
anymore.
left to go join them. But there's like
They're not very lazy anymore. They got
That-
to blow a horn that made everything a little bit more chaotic, and that's why we ran up here very fast on our ice ship.
Are they
But
still
also-
screaming on like the crazy plan they have to like bring mommy back, and it's really disorganized, kind of in the way that like the writing was like maybe a little bit stoned when they wrote it for the cult, when they wrote the
Yeah.
story about this cult.
we need what? No, where? Okay.
No. We're still on why.
Well, now we have a return question of what. So when we get to the end of your question,
Okay. Yes. No.
I have a what and a where question.
Yes,
So-
a tit for tat, if you
A
will.
what?
I'm about to
turning
turn a trick
tricks.
for
Yes.
you.
Yep.
Wait,
Yep.
For
Huh?
favors.
What? Ulta. What?
that's not how that was. Someone else talk.
No, you were
Yes.
asking a what question.
I guess
Continue
I will
your
do
what
that.
question.
So, because you are asking a question, the next part would be the response, right?
Are we still on why? I thought we were still on where.
Well, you asked what as a response to why, and I wanted to inform you that the what is the cult. That is the what.
Well, no, the what question that I have is what forest nearby that you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Oh, see, present participle. You gotta.
Yeah. Clarifying question.
There's like a whole bunch of woods, like in that direction, and they were like staking people down to the ground and tying them to wood, and dancing around, screaming, "Oh, we're going to bring the mommy dragon milker back. She's going to be the best mommy dragon milker ever."
I like to think that the twins have like the same reaction of like violent disgust right now. We're just like,
Okay.
And a couple of them wear robes even. Actually, I think this guy that you just murdered was one of them.
Yeah,
that
we've run
track.
into him before.
He used to scream all the time about this 5-headed mommy milker dragon.
Why?
Mommy milker dragon.
"That's
So
milk."
yeah, can you milk a dragon? Anyway, it doesn't matter. The next part of the question.
Do they have dritties?
Do they have treaties?
Not drunk enough for this.
Do they have treaties?
I'm so sorry, corn dog. I think I killed them.
Are we broken? Have we broken? I believe we are broken.
That was good.
My face
Corn
is
dog
so fucking
literally
red.
laughed, so I don't think they're okay.
I was doing my best to keep it in my body, and then it went up through here, and then it started coming out the nose, and I was like, I need a napkin.
Oh my god. It
We
hurts.
don't have fun here ever.
Ooh, dritties. That's what I'm gonna start referring to my mommy milkers as. These are my dritties.
Anywho, I think the dragon cult in the woods was an important thing that could have come up before we made it to the dragon cave. But
I mean, to be fair, I
guess we
Splunk has a point. We have not had time to explain to them what is really happening. But also, I have more questions about the woods. So I suppose now that I've asked what, that means you get your next question of how. I think how was after why.
The how. You know, I'm still kind of tangling with why. Why don't we table this for another time? I'm sure I'll figure out the details as we go along. Or maybe after we figure out what the hell's going on with him right now. And he'll gesture
Okay.
at the I assume descending spinning.
Oh, I've descended. I'm not spinning
Okay.
anymore.
Well, then yes.
And Ulta will turn their attention to the dragon and a now not spinning Icarus.
Okay, so we've shifted conversation, and I look over as well. Similar vein for you guys. Hi. Hiding up here. Why haven't you done anything about this sooner? How do we get your help aside from just turning my brother into a spinning fairy, dragon, human, elf person? There we go. Please help. Okay. And I just kind of sit back in my heels.
Okay. So the dragon is going to, as everything's been going, the dragon's going to. I can call him Aravatore now. You know his name. Excuse me. Aravatore is still kind of just sitting at this point and just watching you all with a keen eye. McCath will step forward and chime in to say, he's been hunted by the cult for quite some time now, and really just didn't want to engage. So his solution was to seek out refuge, really more solitude than refuge out here. And my task was to learn what I could about him for the Arcane Brotherhood. But I learned that they were also attempting to hunt him from my information, so I stopped and decided to stay here.
Who?
Bright, if you're there, we lost you.
What are we looking at?
They're
Did
up
these
at
get
the
turned
ceiling.
upside down?
I think his camera fell.
Yeah, we're on the ceiling.
He'll get it when he gets back.
Ulta is going to clarifying question. The Brotherhood is also trying to hunt the dragons, like in a bad way, or like in a we want them to help us way? Because we were under the assumption they were the good guys.
Yeah, that's currently where LSAO is.
LSAO is at a different academy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought they were with the Brotherhood.
The Arcane Brotherhood is only associated with Macath, so far as you know at this point. LSAO is at the Watchful Order of Mages and Magists and Protectors.
That's right.
Okay, I lost the. You're asking for clarification about the fact that they were hunting Aravatore. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She will respond. The Brotherhood is trying to take preemptive steps against a wider scale conflict and hunting individual dragons themselves. They have mistaken this one for being on the side of the dragon cult. And until this point, she'll look up at him and her gaze will be met with a rather stoic and sort of serious look. He was not. But now he seems to be on the side that you are on, rather than just here and neutral. The Brotherhood did not want to believe my information that he had no desire to be on one side or the other, so I stopped feeding them information.
They seem to always somehow push us towards a side, even when we want to stay neutral. I gesture towards the frozen dragon.
Well, would what happened here today be, I don't know, proof or something of him not being affiliated?
Yeah, but proof of what? That's the problem, is that I thought you were some sort. The cult is lazy, but they never bothered us. But when more than one cult starts a forming, that's when it's trouble.
I mean, they never needed to bother you, because as long as they can do their other stuff to the side, the real issues are going to come later.
Yeah, we're not really a part of a society that cares what happens. So we live in our own self-sustained forest. Is not really an issue that comes up.
I mean, would you like to be a part of a society? Say one that had mud baths?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool. Mud baths, we already have.
No, but I mean big ones.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds cool. I'm into that. Yeah, I guess. How big a mud bath?
Well, when I visited, there was spots for about 34 elves. And we're I compare my size. So maybe 47 of spunks.
47 spunks?
That's a lot.
That is either a very big or not very big pool of mud.
Well, there's also the center area that you can walk through to go talk to someone else if you don't like the person you're talking with at that point.
Oh, so you could be 10 feet away from...
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I imagine a large hot tub would be, but mud. To keep our skin exfoliated,
Okay, yeah, no, this sounds
I mean, I'm just saying, society does have
stop
its
selling.
benefits.
I'm sold. I will do it.
Okay.
I'm going. When are we going? Wait, you're gonna take me there? Would you take me there? Are you going? Please take me there.
I mean, we have to go home for that, but I'm sure it's doable. I just don't know when we're going to Ereska next. If we're going, do you think Mom wants us home at some point? I don't think she does. She doesn't need us. It's
She probably
fine.
wants you home, but I don't know.
Let's not think about that for now. But yes, there are places that exist. We could probably find something in Waterdeep as well. That was a real big city, like way bigger than my city. So
It's underwater?
Yeah, and it's deep.
Wow.
I'll roll deception if I need to.
I want to go there. When are we going?
Did someone tell him?
We actually came from
I
there. We
whisper
need to-
that over
Water.
to someone.
Waterdeep is not underwater, unfortunately. There are rumors that there's something under the water there, but I don't care. There is ample sewage.
Is it
You guys don't
in
have sewage here. You just kind of have those holes that I went to the bathroom in.
No, but
And
that's because
honestly,
we,
that was kind of cold.
we
So
have little irrigation troughs that we dig in the floor. Like, we know what sewage is. We're not stupid.
I know, but you don't know what sewage is.
Trust me when I say I do know how big. In fact, I made a big sewage 2 days just before you came.
I imagine the dragon is super entertained right now. Okay,
So
I'll believe you.
I pushed like 20 feet of hempen rope out of me. It was just.
and on that
No,
note,
I don't need to know the answer. Never mind. I'm gonna save that question. I'm gonna save my how.
I'm going to hold the how as well. Ulta is at that moment going to go. So the forest, though, like how far from where we are? Like, I feel like maybe that's a thing that should be addressed.
The what now? What,
The
what's-
forest where the
Oh, I mean,
Monomilker dragon is being summoned.
oh, I don't know where they're gonna summon her. I'm just saying that they were in that segment of the forest as they were making their way towards.
Do we keep that map? Do we know where she's being summoned?
That's why I came to Greenness. No, wait, not I didn't come to Greenness.
Yeah, I was about to
You didn't go to Greenness. A beautiful
We went.
furball.
I was
did.
just remembering the other game we played where we also went to Greenness, and I mixed
Your,
my characters up just a
prologue
little.
character.
Oopsie daisy.
Like this or not?
No, I didn't go to Greenness. That was my brother, or something.
Saved.
And you believe me because I rolled a 400 on my.
I
So as
believe-
clarification then, Bright, does that mean all of your forest talk is off the table because that was part of the mix-up, or are you still
No.
Okay.
No. It's definitely. I remember that part. It was just I goofed for 1 second
Okay.
when remembering who did what. But they
could you-
some of my people left the little because they were talking about, oh yeah, big dragon mummy milker. This sounds pretty cool. I want to see that, and they left to go join the cult. And so the cult had like some people that were living in a little campsite over that way, but you know they picked up and left and joined the bigger one that was like further east of here. And then even those people were hiking in the opposite direction.
If I remember correctly, the dragon summoning is northeast of here?
How do you know where the dragon's summoning?
We have a map with a big dragon head on it, which I thought was where it was going to be.
McCath will start shaking her head and say, no, that must be something else. It's actually closer to where you came from. And she will point out and like point her wand at your map of the Sword Coast, and a little mark will show up in an area east of El Tyrell, and a couple of new labels will show up on your map. One is called the Sunset Mountains, and the
I wanna go
other
there.
is an actual mark on the northern face of those mountains, marked as the Well of Dragons. So when you have your Waterdeep map, I will point those out to you guys.
Okay. I was actually.
I don't want the Will of Dragons. It feels too soon. I'm scared. That's me as Courtney.
fully
Beauty looking.
approximating a little bit because I was trying to remember what it looked like on the map, but I couldn't find the handout. So I was like, I think it's. But.
So, Spank, are you saying that we don't have to go find the cult in the woods? Like that they've already left?
No, there was like 20 of them, and they left to go join the bigger cult of like 600 or so, or whatever. It's like a lot. Don't know any numbers bigger than 600.
So here's the thing, is that like, if we needed to kill them though, like we need to go kill them. Or at least, and she's going to like look at everyone, maybe not kill them, but offer them a new way of life. And she's going to say that kind of painfully.
In the
because she's
afterlife.
Just trying to uphold Juno's spouse's wish of offering people a second choice. That's all.
I think we offer a second choice if they don't come off aggressive. If they try to kill us first, then we have to kill them.
I'm all for self-defense. I mean, we don't know which ones chose to be here and which ones needed the money, you know? Except for if they're wearing a dragon suit of armor, then they probably chose to be there.
And also the like red robes.
Oh.
From now on, everyone, red robes gotta
Attack
go.
on sight.
We kill them because we learned our lesson with the pizza man.
Yep. The Italian. I don't know why I thought
Yeah.
he was a lizard man, but
No, he was just a
I think the red robes
Gross.
made me think of the Red Prince.
Like, he's just a guy.
just a guy.
It's
His
just a
name
very
was
tattooed guy.
Asbaro Jose, for those who are new to turning in. And that read in our brains as Sabaro. So that's why we refer to him as a pizza man. And that's why he's dead now. Because Sabaro's shitty pizza and he was a shitty person.
That's right, he is dead now. I forgot about that. As he's
Yes.
X'd out on our map, like right here, is he? Or is that the other? Was that the other fight? Okay,
That was a different fight.
okay. I was like,
That was
So-
at the Castle Mansion place thing.
The Flying
So now do
Castle.
we-
Yes.
Flying Castle, yep.
I forget what we do now. Do we just head towards the summoning to stop it?
I mean,
it's
we
not
should
gonna wait
definitely
for
at least
us.
go through the forest.
McCath would
Deal with the
chime
cultists
in
that are there.
to say going there directly and just the five of you would be ill-advised.
Makes sense.
Who sent you here?
The council.
That was my fault. I led them here.
No, not you. Higher ups.
It initially
Yeah.
was
No,
the
okay.
Council of Waterdeep had
Yeah.
asked us to come here.
For your council.
I expect they will want to get a report on the developments here.
I mean, that makes sense. Sometimes I forget about it. I'm still in my rebellious phase a little bit, you know?
But like, are we updating them that like, you know, you're on our side now?
I
Or at
guess
least
so.
maybe we don't update them about our friend here if what you truly seek is solitude. We can always send you a message if we ever need your help, but maybe we said we found McCath or McCath's notebook. McCath, if you don't want to join us going back to Waterdeep or anything like that. Like I want to respect you as a person and your choice to exist out here in this state.
I mean, it sounds like you don't want me to go. Is what I'm
No,
getting.
you have to come. Who else is going to see the mud bath? This isn't about you right now. I'm talking with Macath.
Yeah, we're talking to the powerful
I
sorcerers.
thought you were talking to me, and because the situations are similar. Oops.
And the dragon, because the dragon seeks solitude.
She will
Unless-
respond.
Alright.
Do you want solitude? And-
You said spunk that time, right?
Yes, Spunk. If
Okay.
you also want solitude, we can not include you in any of our reports. I would like to, though. You were very helpful.
At times.
Just slam elbow into brother.
I don't.
Okay, well, the knife to Ulta's throat didn't make me feel comfortable.
I mean, the
know.
spitting on Ulta like 3 different times didn't make me feel
The
comfortable,
wrapping
but
his
here we
tongue
are.
around her felt very flirtatious.
Non-consensual, at
I
least.
don't know
There's a lot to
that was the vibe.
No, it wasn't the vibe. I acknowledge it wasn't the vibe. I just wanted to make it weird.
We'll unpack
Anyways,
that in therapy.
Macath and Aravatore.
How would you like to proceed?
Macath will speak first and say, I will return to the Arcane Brotherhood with him. And we will do our best to peaceably update them with proof that he is no longer to be hunted.
With the dragon.
And then the dragon will chime in, or Aravatore will chime in.
And I will find my own allies to join on your side of these efforts.
I know you wanted to remain neutral and, seek solitude and all that. But you seem like such a sweetheart. I'm so appreciative of you. Can I give you a hug?
He'll nod and respond to you again.
It seems neutrality is just as dangerous as the side of ill content in these times and these matters. If these stories are true that the Queen is being summoned, that would be terrible for all who live on this world.
I try to keep myself serious as you're fighting with your cat.
She wanted the attention that she tried to bite me. I always offer her to just sit with me and be calm, and she never wants it.
Does anybody else get goosebumps when he talks, like on the back of their neck?
A
No, just
little.
me.
So they're in their own way.
Woo!
Ulta will go. So we just head back, or we go deal with the cult in the forest. There's not much clarification on the where. The next question that I have is where do we go? Just gesturing wildly at everything around.
So I think we need to report first, because I said let's just go straight there, and that was not the move, as I was reminded. But it's nice to know that that's where it is, though, and it's closer than we thought.
So, like, I can, and she takes out her like little thing. I can like send a message and report, and she'll like turn to everybody. Or do we want to go all the way back to Waterdeep and head towards the mountains? Like, what
I
are you
mean,
guys
we have
thinking?
to go back down that way anyway. I mean, we're really far north.
I think they'll appreciate the in-person report, just because the 25 words I think they get annoyed with sometimes.
Well,
It's
that's
like
not my fault. They could make a better spell, but they
It's-
haven't given me that.
It's
so-
useful, but I think like a full report would be better, I think, is all I'm saying. Like,
It's
or they'd
also-
appreciate it more.
It was also hard enough to commence them in person without the help of our, supervisor. So I'm not sure if a magical message would be better.
Ow, stop it! kind of
That's a
hurt.
good answer. You should
Yeah, no, I agree.
tell
yeah,
the call, I'll stop it. I'm sure they will immediately cease.
yeah. Okay, I haven't fully trained. What did I name her again? What did I name my little dragon? Amaranth. I haven't fully trained Amaranth yet. She's still a little feisty, and she likes to nibble on fingers. But we're working on it. Amaranth, get off the keyboard. Don't go towards the light.
Okay,
Yes.
so are
So-
the players stuck, or are we still trying to work out inter-character stuff?
No, I think we sorted that as much as we were going to.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think the goal is to head towards Waterdeep.
yes. I agree.
Ulta has an anxiety about it because she thinks that we're leaving an entire sect of a cult alive in the woods to continue doing culty
Yep.
things. But
I
she's
thought-
going to.
I thought
Agreed.
Spelunk said that they all moved out. Like they were there.
Yeah, I
and
was
they're-
confused on that. I was like, I thought they left to join the.
Yeah, he's
You guys, his name is Spunk.
This sport.
Oh, this was just me talking in player,
It's four?
not in character.
Yeah, Ulta is
I was like,
never,
Heck is
she's,
confused.
at this point has been unconsensually tongue lashed, so she's intentionally not saying his name correctly.
Well, that makes. I thought it was my brother, and so I wanted to call him on it before it became a problem. Because we do that with Purple Mab and Blue Angie.
well. It's just really confusing because sometimes he has his tongue out to touch people when he's saying it, so I can't tell what he's saying. So sometimes it does sound like the other things. I struggle.
I feel like I held the conversation just fine earlier. Your words are hurtful.
I get most
I
of
don't
it.
appreciate them, but I will forgive you because you're taking me to civilized society. But I want you to know that this is mean. It's mean-spirited. Making fun of my voice like that, I don't.
It
know
wasn't
what I
the
did to
voice.
somebody.
It's just like when sometimes you talk with your tongue out, casting spells and stuff.
Again,
It wasn't your voice. I understand your voice.
And
Like it's not like your accent. It's just like it's like talking with your mouth full. Like I do it sometimes. My sister gets really mad.
no, that's fine. It's okay. My feelings are not hurt. Anyway, can we please go to giant mud bath now?
I think that's a good idea.
Real quick, I'm gonna send off a message. I'm gonna like talk in my pile of blankets to myself and just be like, "Hey, Leosin, do you know if there's a giant ass mud bath in Waterdeep? I know there's one in Nebraska, but I don't know that there's one in Waterdeep. Please make one if not." And that is the end of my message.
You will know from your knowledge of casting this spell and using this as a means of communication many times. You will know that the spell essentially fizzled before it was able to complete, and then you may recall that magical means of communication to and from this place was cut off with Macath at some point.
Macath. Can we turn magic back on, Macath? Can we do that?
I will not be responsible for disturbing this place even more than it already has been. You'll
Okay,
have to
I'll
do
wait.
that when you are leaving.
I will make a mental note to do that later. Please don't let me forget, everyone. Because I'm ankle deep in this soup right now, and this is all I can think about.
I will go ahead and ask, what's the play for you guys right now?
Hey, Aravatore, can you like fly us back? Would that be fast?
Macath will
Hey, but
actually
we
chime
also
in.
need to let him know, like, we're not coming back on the boat.
Macath will actually chime in instead of Aravatore and say, "We're taking a different path than you. You should probably go the way you came."
That makes sense. I've never flown on a dragon before, and he is gorgeous. Like in like a handsome, powerful way.
He will actually lower his head to the ground, extending his neck in front of all of you, and Macath will sort of hop on from the shoulder and say, "We can at least get you back to the entrance from here. We have a new pathway," indicating toward the massive hole in the ceiling of this cavern that was created by the other dragon barging in.
Yeah, it's a skyway now.
Let in like some nice moonlight, glimmer. And I'm gonna like run over and like gently climb on because I'm really excited. Just like, he's my new best friend.
All right, well, up we go.
Okay. I gotta get this map to the right place.
I'm gonna like ask Ulta and Aster, can you like telepathically communicate with the dragon who blessed you through the armor?
I mean, I've never tried.
Are they like a wise sage that is like your conscious now?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
At least I haven't heard Marlock.
Okay.
Quick question for Courtney. Didn't both of your dragons die?
No?
Never mind, I'm losing my marbles.
Ulta's dragon was already a skeleton when the soul was just kind of floating there, and then all of that happened. Marlock produced the Dragon Soul Stone and straight up told you guys that she essentially took from her own power to make that happen. And actually, I believe that you did learn that Marlock specifically was a great worm who had tapped in. Yeah, you did learn this. Quick reminder slash for the audience who may not have been around quite that long ago. Marlock is a green great worm who is one of very few dragons in this universe who has figured out how to tap into the sort of multiverse other worlds versions of herself. And when those versions died, she was able to sort of absorb their essence and their soul. So for her to like give that to you was like literally giving up one of herself. Whereas like if any other dragon were to just die, it would be just them, like in the case of Ulta's dragon. And in the case of Icarus's, it was a transfer. So he essentially took the other Dragon Soul Stone and like transformed it and gave it to Icarus. It was not giving him his own soul. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so we are shifting you guys. The Aravatore is going to... that goes here. Yep. Aravatore is going to lift up and basically fly through the ceiling with a massive hole in the ceiling that was created from the other dragon barging through and drop you off here before giving you not more than a nod, and Macath will wave before he blinks and a flash of white light will come from his eyes and they both completely disappear. And now we are here. Have you been here? I don't know. Let's look.
This feels like having power bestowed on me by another like powerful being. It's kind of like cheating as a warlock.
Is this where we slid into?
This is
It kinda
not,
looks like
but you would be able to see the hallway, and the hallway is definitely familiar. Legitimately, not making this up. This chamber is empty.
Oh, nice.
There's more detail, but you would have to insight for that.
Insight, you say? Or is it perception?
Either.
Insight it is, baby.
I can perception.
Tell me everything about this place, because I rolled a natural 20, so it's 33.
Damn. Oh, I forgot you guys' expertise is way up
What
there.
do my elf eyes see?
Yeah. Okay, so Juno, this room, both in size and scale and style, I guess it's more than both, looks like it's essentially another space to match the trophy room for when the trophy room becomes full.
Well, at least I'm fairly confident now that we won't be a part of this museum. So that part's nice. How do we get out of here? Mild panic.
I don't know. That part was kind of left out, wasn't it? I thought we would be out of here.
You guys would recognize between the carvings along all the walls and the style of everything that's around you that the hallway to your north is part of that big circular hallway that went all the way around and to the entrance that you came in the first place.
Excuse me, Ulta will lick her little fingers and straighten her eyebrows like the slick motherfucker she is and remind everybody this is her favorite terrain, so we cannot get lost. And we know exactly where we are.
There you go.
I
works too.
move very close to Ulta and stand there silently.
But yeah, I don't. One of her traits is that, we know how to get around where we're going. I think we had established that, to be fair, going into the
You
cave
did.
as well, that she was noting and marking how to get out. So, but
Yes.
she's gonna do the eyebrow straighten just to solidify how cool she feels.
Does her eye twinkle at the end?
Yes. So good.
So what would you guys like to do?
We're gonna walk north. You said north, right?
Yep, north, and then you would recall that where you are is basically the opposite side of where the entrance was. Going eastward would take you past the trophy room again, or going northward would take you past where the ice toads and kobolds were working on things in other chambers.
Ulta's going to walk that direction. I don't know if we intended to move silently, and she'll kind of like glance at Aster. We had done that previously, but I don't know that we need to do it again.
I think the major danger is gone at this point.
And she will keep moving. Boop, boop, boop.
Okay. You would recall that the chambers ahead again were ice trolls too. There were some ice trolls working in one of the chambers. Everybody's for the most part working on creating more of these depictions of Aravatore himself and some of his happenings in life, adventures and great battles and stuff like that. It's all dedicated to him.
He is pretty sick, I gotta be honest.
We're gonna really quickly carve out Icarus plus Aravatore forever with a heart.
I'm not in love with him. I just kind of think he's badass. No, I still like that. We're not gonna talk about this here. I don't have emotions. I'm very heroic.
I thought emotions were all you had.
Okay, well, you're probably right, but we're gonna move on.
Ice toads.
Look at him. think we're past that. Oh yeah, this was the quarantine room.
This is the quarantine room. Yep.
Too soon.
Is there anything that you guys would be wanting to do or talk about during your trek back to the entrance? That's not a leading question. It's a legitimate
Isn't there
question.
a way up through the quarantine room? Can't we just like go up into the village by going up the
Oh,
butt
that's right.
of the
Yeah,
quarantine
there is a
room?
ladder up there.
So,
We
like,
want
this
to do
way?
that.
But I don't think the ladder touched the ground, or the guy would have escaped. Right?
Well, he was down there like of his own volition. Like he was waiting
Oh,
until he
okay.
was cured. Or died.
The ladder is actually, you can see it retracted up through the trapdoor in the ceiling.
I can
Why
always
do
levitate
that?
and tell them to open the door.
Could I like knock it down? Is it like balanced up there, or like is it like in the game where you like hit it and it just like slides down?
Oh no, it's like a rope ladder with wooden rungs, and it's like curled up and faceted at the trapdoor.
Faceted. That's the issue. That's the word.
Okay, maybe not contagion.
Oh, I can fly. Do you want me to fly? Oh,
Sure.
I can't fly right now. I forgot we just had a combat. Sorry.
Can you fly with your new form or no?
Oh, well, I already used it today, right?
Oh, never mind.
I don't know. I don't have no idea how it works.
Yeah, if you attempt to like tap into the energy of it, you would notice that it is essentially used / tapped out.
Yeah. It did look like wings, but I don't know if they actually wing, you know? But no, I can't do it today, I don't think.
Nobody mind me. Chrissy the player got lost. I don't know where anybody is, so
I went to the
I'm right
quarantine
ahead
room.
of you, Chrissy.
Oh,
Ulta
I just
Sorry, you
hold
don't
on.
have
Let me
the
move
Hey,
my
can
token
you
back.
see me
Oh.
here, Chrissy?
How high does
right
the
here.
ladder go? How high up is it?
So we'll scoot this
all
way.
right, here we are.
Keep scooting. Go towards the white circle.
Okay.
Let me look that up for you real quick, Hyacinth.
Like just to eyeball it, just because I can teleport 30 feet, but if it's like a very high ceiling, it's not gonna do anything.
It is 100
white
feet tall.
Nope. All right. Wait, where did everyone go?
Yeah, that's
Follow
been my
the
problem.
white circle.
To be fair, I was checking
I'm too.
between
I was too zoomed in to
stream,
see the white circle.
and I was watching Ulta just rip through the entire map off of the script, like in various ways, and I was like, "Well, I'm not close yet." So
Okay.
This is the offering pit, right?
yeah,
This thing?
I think so.
It wasn't so much offering as much as supplies.
Dude.
Well, I guess that's not a very clarifying way to put that.
So now do we have to crawl back out of this hole
Yes.
that we fell through? I know we left stuff at the top of it. I can't remember like how many pitons that we left on our way down.
How many whats?
Pitons, those things that you can jam into ice and rock, so that way you can
Oh,
descend safely.
you put in enough on the way down that I'd say it's easy for you guys to climb out using those.
You put in a piton.
Piton.
Piton?
Piton. Well, I will
Piton?
use the piton and climb right out of this here hole. Let me out.
I also just need you guys to know I almost just kicked my entire computer desk over. So if my camera doesn't stop shaking,
Right.
no big deal. Everything's fine over here. We're handling things.
You guys
beautifully.
missed some like serious ninja moves on my side, where my blanket took this wine glass with it, and I caught the wine glass like in between the fingers in my Ninja Turtle grip, and I felt like really on top of my game.
I'm
Nice.
upset because I want like a chalice full of wine now.
I mean, this is beer. So,
Wait, really?
Oh,
Yeah. I don't
Okay,
have
well,
wine.
I want
I'm
a
not-
chalice of beer.
All right, so I'm moving you guys
It was
back
either
to
that
the,
or a coffee mug. I have 2 cup choices.
moving you guys back to the overall Sword Coast map since we are back outside. There it is. We are way up here at Party Gandalf.
Party game.
If you want to zoom out, I'm not gonna have stream be able to see this just yet. But for you guys, the players, if you zoom way out and go, if you find
Motherfuck.
at the
Was
pink
that the
arrows.
lightning? Was that the lightning
What?
mountains?
Where we saw the lightning.
Or was that these? Was
Yes,
that these?
that is
These
where you saw
raging?
the lightning.
Wow, when she said it was far away, it really was far away.
Yep, way down here.
Because
Yeah, like we have to go from Waterdeep down to Baldur's Gate. This is gonna be like 4 months of traveling.
think of all the crafting
Oh.
we can do.
I
Well,
mean, if
you
we
will
take a
remember-
ship,
You will remember that the in character, you will remember that the journey here from Waterdeep was only 3 days in your magical ship. Excuse me, magical ship.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
mhm.
So maybe 6 days to Baldur's Gate if we wanted to go there, but I feel like we have to go to Waterdeep.
This map just feels
To
so
tell
much
the
taller than I
adults.
remember.
Yeah, it's a very
It's a
rectangular
long
map.
boy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other place? It was
long
Well of
drink.
Dragons, and then the other.
Well of Dragons at the Sunset Mountains,
Oh, okay.
which is the label west of there.
And it was when we got to the intersection between that Erebor and Burdusk is where we saw the lightning, right? Because we were like at a place where it was either we turn to go towards the lightning storm or we go and
Mhm.
continue with. where we were
Exactly.
going.
Exactly.
Would I know anything about the Sunset Mountains? Like where they got their name from?
Make a history check.
Because I'm not good at this, but I have some personal interest in why it might be called the Sunset Mountains.
Nope.
Oh,
However, Aster,
Hmm.
you are a druid of a mountain range. I'm forgetting which one. Where are you from again?
It's definitely more west, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Let me.
West is water.
Of the sunset?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's water?
Like there's no more mountains.
Well,
You go
that's
west,
on this
it's just
particular
water.
map. If you go to like the actually like big
There's
full
more
map of
world.
Faerûn, there's a
Oh,
lot.
was it like down here?
God, what are you, a flat earther?
Yeah, man.
Jeez.
This
Hold
is
on,
that.
let
I'm
me-
looking at
let
it
me
right
find
now,
it.
and I have no other context.
Let me
So yeah,
find
flat
it.
Earth. Do you have a globe with the Sword Coast?
I
on it?
was closer to the Cloud Peak.
Closer to the Cloud Peak? Where's that?
That's a great question. I'm not sure if it's on this map.
Okay. Well, okay, so south of this area,
Mm-hmm.
I believe. Okay. Aster, if you want to see if we have some insight into the Sunset Mountains, I'm going to say that you might have some knowledge from your background. So a DC for a history check would be significantly lower for you than it would have
Yeah.
been for anybody else.
Give it a shot. 12.
Okay, so you've definitely heard of the Sunset Mountains as well as other mountain ranges in the overall Sword Coast region. Not a whole lot of detail, but you know that it was at one point inhabited by some dwarven clans. You don't know if that's still the case or not. And then you'd be familiar with some of the not civilization-based inhabitants like yetis and gnolls and ogres that would be native to it.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing about like why it's called the Sunset Mountains or any other details like that, which I believe is what Icarus was looking for.
Yeah. I have some selfish interests and curiosities.
Okay, so you are out of the lair. You know, the village is just a short walk away, and not far beyond that, like maybe a few miles, would be where you left Captain Lariska and Frost Skimmer.
We're off to see the skimmer, the wonderful skimmer that got us here. Sorry, it's hard to outgrow the bard.
All good. What's the play?
I guess we're just making our way back. Do we have enough like daytime to do that, or?
Yeah, it's actually about midday, so you've got plenty of time for whatever you'd like to do.
Cool.
Playing a dragon before brunch?
Wow.
We could do brunch on the ship. That would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if we'll be to the ship by brunch. That's the issue.
Not with that attitude.
Is there like an appropriate time to kill a dragon?
It's like brunch right now, isn't it? And we
Pretty
just
much,
left the
yeah.
cave.
Is
From
there
under
a time
my
of day where
bundle
it's
of
appropriate to
blankets,
kill a dragon?
pull out mimosas that we can drink while walking.
You heard it here first,
The
folks.
blankets of
Mimosas are canon in this world of D&D.
Yes.
What is this?
It's an elixir that'll make you feel better.
Okay.
At least
Pretty
happier to be awake at this hour.
Okay. How many do you have to take? Just the one?
It depends.
On?
Are you feeling feisty?
Constitution? Like your own internal constitution.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm an elf,
Not like
so
the
I
one
can
I keep on
drink
the
40
outside.
years and feel nothing. But Ulta has gotten pretty twisty off of one drink, so
Okay.
so
feel
that
like this
gives
is
you
a
your
challenge.
range.
I feel like this might almost be a little bit of a challenge. Like, are you challenging me?
Would that make it more
Ulta-
fun?
Ulta's gonna make hard eye contact with
Absolutely.
Spunk and down one whole mimosa.
I'm gonna give her one solid pat on the back so she can belch,
She will.
and then I will send you another
Alright.
one.
I will grab my first one and also chug the whole thing.
Did you have them pre-bottled or like split in halfsies and you're just...
Don't ask what goes on in the blankets.
Oh.
I am a mound of blankets, just drinks coming out from under the layers, like they're
Yeah.
Christmas bells.
Hey, that looks like fun. Let me try. Spunk
not-
is gonna grab one of the mimosas and put the whole thing in his mouth, and then he's gonna point at his back, go,
One good pat on the back.
Oh.
Oh. No, it's the other end.
My mouth was full of liquid and I didn't let the burp out. It
Well,
came
you,
out the
you
other way.
swallow it first, so you don't shove the burp through your body. You let it come up
Oh. It's a weird
because you
thing.
got to make space down low by sending the air up,
Oh.
or keep farting. I don't really know what your insides look
It's
like.
difficult because my insides might come out if I do that because my anatomy doesn't make it easy for me to burp.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe stuff shouldn't come out of your mouth because then someone could go invisible on accident.
Oh, that's
There's a
good
brief
point.
moment where like you see Juno staring intensely at you, trying to understand what your anatomy might look like from a clerical perspective, and
I
then
mean,
goes,
it's not.
"No."
Do you want to see my anatomy?
Oh.
"No, I don't. I'm
you
actually,
sure?
I'm a sympathetic puker. So every time you go to spit and you make that gagging sound, it's really hard for me not to throw up
Oh, so
everywhere."
wait, you can make noises like, or you'll start to get.
Ugh.
Is that a corn dog thing or a Juno thing?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
both.
there's
Okay.
there's
Is it
a little
really?
thing there too. I was like, oh.
Oh, you've given me too much power. Oh no! Oh no!
Well, I was more asking if it's a corn dog thing, not to out corn dog, but
Oh,
to see if it's
no.
like, are you going to be okay, or should we nix
Now
that?
we know.
I think it's hysterical, but if I like start gagging, that's on Bright.
Okay.
Out of nowhere,
So
I'm just
funny.
Like, so yeah, I was talking to my mother.
Everything will be fine.
Oh man.
This isn't stress in my neck. It's fine.
Oh man. All right. Anywho.
Everything is awesome.
Oh man. So where are we going? What are we doing? What are we talking about?
We're gonna go find a boat and we're gonna go to Waterdeep.
I gave myself the hiccups because I laughed too hard.
Joe, you are correct. You are correct in every possible way.
Awesome.
No one should have this much power.
We have
Especially not
so
Brave.
much power.
Okay.
Oh god.
All right. So it
Maybe we
takes,
shouldn't be friends IRL, right?
I think that's gonna stop me.
takes you about an hour to get back to the boat. Is there anything you guys want to be doing or talking about along the way?
I would like to be giving Spunk a light heads up as to what we've been up to this whole time. So a very we started off in Greenness, talk about our months on the road where we built new things, fucked up some things. I threw up my back trying to wield a warhammer, so I gave up on that entirely. And just filling in on the boring day-to-day stuff that we did, and then occasionally there's and then we met a necromancer underneath Waterdeep who we actually set up a system for people to donate their bodies to. So that way it's a choice rather than this necromancer just stealing bodies out of graves. People can choose to donate their bodies to science, which is, I think, really cool and super beneficial to the community at large. And just kind of continue on about how we met these weird people in Waterdeep who take our word for things, but only because someone else vouches for us. So they're kind of shitty. And it's very much I don't want to say a Legally Blonde version of everything we've been through, but it is.
That's an interesting way to
Nice.
put that.
Yeah. It's these are the facts. Also, here's the fluff that is what really matters. And has shaped us into the people we are. And then I will tell you that Icarus and I are twins. And then ask what you think about us is most like the other one. And what you think
Wait,
differentiates
you're
the two of
twins?
us. Yes.
We used to look more alike too, honestly.
Yeah, but then he went out into the sun.
Well, it's not my fault. It's kind of my shtick. You stayed in the moon.
More fun stuff happens at night.
That's weird. You're twins, but you're not
We're fraternal twins.
you don't share a hip.
What?
No.
Do
You're-
twins normally share a hip?
Yeah.
Should we start sharing a hip?
Yeah,
I could probably
most
figure out how to
people
do that.
from my family, I have 8 twins. One of them has 3 eyes and 2 mouths, but only 1 asshole. And
What?
Another one has 2 separate heads altogether, but they share a hip,
Huh.
and they talk to each other, and they both have feelings. It's like a thing.
Oh goodness, feelings. Kidding.
Yeah,
Yes, you have
imagine
none of
having
those.
those, right?
Icarus could never.
I don't have them.
Twins are pretty rare, though. Only 8 out of my 75,000 siblings.
Oh. Yeah, elves aren't normally like that. I guess it's more
You have
rare for
75,000
us.
siblings too?
No, we don't have that many.
No.
There's 2 of us.
Yes.
I think there
Everyone
was
else
a third,
was
but they were
one-offs.
I think there was a
But
third.
we don't
but
have
they
any
were
other
absorbed in the
siblings.
womb.
It's just us.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, most
So
people
you're both
are
twins?
most
What
elves.
do you have 2 of?
No, we're twins with each other.
No,
But you're not attached at the hip.
no,
No.
We were born at the same time, same day.
Not at the same time. I was actually born 4 minutes ahead.
I feel like
Okay,
we're
it's
talking
not
in
that
circles.
It is that important. I'm the older one.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, clearly we have 2 different ideas as to what the words twins means. you guys are confusing me, but thank you for the story. In
What you
response to
should
a lot
get
of
for
these
it is that we
stories,
can be really resourceful
sure.
at some points.
I think in response to those stories, you're gonna get a lot of stories from Spunk in return that'll tell you about his past, but are not informative. Like when you mention, you'll tell a story about how you're twins, and you'll get a lot of the stories about, like you'll mention something and he'll do the kind of repeating cycle of stories. Like, oh yeah, no, that I did that one day, and then I woke up, and then I took a shit, and then I went to work, and then I came home, and then went to sleep. But the next day, I woke up, I took a shit, and he gets stuck in those loops over and over again.
Awesome.
That give you like one detail per story.
It's gonna be a long walk.
I mean, it's an hour.
It's an hour. I don't think we've put this little seedling of lore in before, but Icarus and Juno, you're reminding me about this since you're talking about twins and not having too many siblings, and like everybody else has like a kid at a time at the most, sort of thing. You would have had stories growing up, both from cynical people of your... Are we calling it a tribe or a clan? Do you guys remember?
I think we were like a village.
Village? Okay.
Village?
So, like,
A hamlet.
A hamlet, yeah.
Some of the people of your hamlet would have, like, some of them with distaste, and others with like, oh, it's just a story, but there might be some amount of truth to it. That many elves being born within a short amount of time is usually like an omen of dark times. So some of the people in your village would have like straight up just not wanted to be associated with you or your family because of like the potential nature of the bad luck that actually having twins could bring.
They probably just associated it with me, honestly, because they never liked me anyways.
And I stayed in a shrine. I didn't get into much.
Yeah. like reflecting on this, like Juno had to scare away the kids that were trying to beat me up. But like that was our childhood.
Yes. I would show up pale and terrifying. Just scare away children that would bully my brother.
Okay, so unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about right now, you would be soon arriving at the ship with one Captain Laruska sort of standing on the deck, looking out for you guys and seeing you approach.
I would also give Spunk a list of everything that Aster has turned into in front of me.
Nice.
So that way he wasn't scared the next time someone transformed.
Spunk will give you a different thing that his village calls the thing you show him.
Nice.
Oh, that's a bear? We call them mega hamsters.
Okay, I love that though.
Awesome. Mega hamster. I'm going to use that.
They actually drive
really
a
big
Kia Soul.
hamster.
Yeah, they listen to Run DMC a lot, and they drive Kia Souls everywhere. The nuisance to the neighborhoods.
Awesome.
It's surreal.
All right, Laruska is going to address you all and say, I expected you'd be returning with more. Is your task incomplete?
What are you talking about? And I gesture to Spunk.
We fulfilled our task.
And we gained a compatriot.
Okay, so I see either a task completed or a compatriot. Weren't you here looking for a tiefling?
Weren't we supposed to kill them? I'm kidding.
Yes,
I'm kidding.
They've been murdered. Oh, okay. We're not going with that joke. Okay, I understand. Yes, we found them and they're already gone. They don't need the boat.
Oh.
Yeah, they can fly.
Well, I suppose it's time to go then, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm Captain Lariska, and you are looking at you, Spunk.
I'm Spunk.
Spunk. Pleasure. And he's just
in
gonna
it
kind
for
of
the
like
mud
Oh,
bath.
no, thank
look
you.
around.
But thank you for the offer.
And extend a rope down for you guys to climb, and take his big wooden staff and start walking up toward the helm. Yes, I said big wooden staff. You'll get over it.
No,
Just Bright's laughing at his own joke.
laughing at my own joke.
I can't keep it
The
straight anymore.
Stupidest thing. It was the stupidest thing.
But also
I
good.
think only Corn Dog heard it, but it was
No, I think
Oh,
we,
I got it.
I think we all heard
Oh
it.
no, I
That's
heard
why I
you.
muted myself, because I needed to make some laughs up here.
I'm really good at
No.
making a straight face.
dumbest, stupidest
Make
thing.
gay faces only.
Yeah.
I did not hear it because I hear something outside and I had to get up to figure out what it is.
Aw.
And I think there's a storm brewing or a Yeti outside. I'm not sure which it is.
Or
Yes.
There's
money's
a
on Yeti.
giant bug right there,
both.
you
Money's on
guys.
the Yeti.
Why is everyone
Jesus.
falling into chaos?
So what did you need to
Oh
hear,
God, it's
Chrissy?
looking at me.
Whatever the joke was, I missed it.
Oh,
The character said to Spunk, huh, pleasure. And I go, oh, no, thank you. But thank you for the offer.
anywho, the rope is extended for you guys.
Up we go.
And that was our ship's captain.
You just had me re-explain the joke live on stream.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chrissy.
Spunk, do you think that you have ever seen a standard ship before?
A ship?
Yeah.
Like a raft, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, of course, you saw this ship when they arrived because that is when you joined the crew. But other than this one, I'm going to leave this up to you for what you want for your background. Do you think that you've seen one this size and scale before?
What size ship is it?
It is about 80 feet long, 20,
Oh, so
25
it's
feet
like
wide. It's
A
a large
galleon.
one. Yeah.
Okay. Even though I just said a galleon, no, never have seen a galleon in my life. I don't even know what boats are. The biggest one I've ever seen is a brigantine, whatever that is.
Sounded like you said Byzantine.
No, Byzantine ships haven't been made for at least 200 years, but what I know, I've never seen one.
All right, Captain Lariska is going to address you guys one more time and say, is anything you need to do before we head off?
What do people normally do before they head off? Is there like a party that you throw? Why do you ask?
I wouldn't quite know. I'm more the transport type.
Oh.
And as a description for you, Spunk, this guy is like hooded. He's a little reserved. You can actually see that, like around his hood, that part of his face is like really, really, really heavily scarred. Like one half of his face is like completely scar tissue sort of thing. And he's pretty forthcoming with your group in general, but still fairly reserved in personality.
So it's kind of a dick.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Just checking.
Just checking.
Like he's cordial with you guys and relaxed, but not very conversational.
Yeah, he's
What's on
on
the
his.
vibe? I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
He wears all black, so he's like trying to be intimidating. That's a choice, you know, wearing your clothes like that. He wants to look evil.
Yeah, that's right. I think we could all just use a rest. We've had a long day, and it's hardly noon.
I agree.
Well, off we are then. Hang on. and he'll raise the staff in the air, and 4 of you would be familiar with what's about to happen.
You'll want to brace yourself, Spunk.
Why do you say that?
We're about to move very fast.
Oh, how fast do you think we're going to go? This boat looks like it could take off pretty quickly, and then
Clunk.
he's just going to keep talking until you actually drop the staff.
Yep, and you'll hear this disproportionate sound to the staff, sort of wood on wood clunk echo in the space around you, and the boat will lift up into the air, not into the air, but like lift up a little bit further, shallower in the water than it was before, and then just take
What
off.
the fuck?
Oh, I don't know why those get me every time.
Oh, they're so good. That's why.
How many buttons do you have on that thing?
3. It's actually limitless. There's like 18 buttons on the one thing, but this one has 32, and I can make folders in each of those 32. And
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's like a Minecraft pocket.
Okay, so you guys are off, and for Spunk, since you didn't make the journey here, you can see that the ice in the water just seems to like part, as if it was hit by a boat-like structure, like wedging through the water, but way before the boat actually gets to that point. As if there's like a field around the boat that's separating it before you get there, and you are traveling at a breakneck speed.
Oh shit, he broke my neck.
Oh shit, he broke my back.
So now you guys know that the journey back is going to be about 3 days.
Can we use this thing again? This was awesome. Oh, that was so fast. Is everybody else just getting like their sense of gravity to catch up with him like in the last 30 seconds? And he's just going to like...
The moment you yap overboard, off in the distance, you can't see Juno, but you can just hear like retching happening.
Oh no.
Literally, as you do that, Ulta is just eating handfuls of crickets and just watching you, not offering any sort of solace or comfort. Just
I imagine Ulta chews with like her jaw like
absolutely
sending mulch of bug bits out everywhere.
correct, 100%.
Amazing.
Absolutely. Okay, so you know that the journey ahead of you is going to be about 3 days. We can handle this however you guys would like. We can sort of fast forward and do nothing with it if you choose. You have more opportunity to talk about things or plan or anything along those lines. You can work on any of the projects that you have, which reminds me, Bright, I did a dumb and forgot to tell you that we do downtime activities. So I will talk with you about that more before the next session. or if there's something you want to figure out right now, we're using kind of my own system of working on projects over time.
How much downtime days do we have?
3.
How many? 3 downtime days.
Yes.
I want to learn a whole new language. No, I mean, what can you do with 3 days?
Let's throw out examples. What are the rest of you working on as downtime activities?
You can train with a fighting style, or craft your own spell, or try to make a magic item. That one's a little bit harder, I think.
You know, in hindsight, those are probably smarter answers than what I thought. Because, like,
Yeah.
I was thinking, what the fuck would I do with 3 days?
I
Whittle
wanted to learn how to
arrow?
wield the warhammer with dexterity, so
I think
it
it
was stupid.
I think I was writing a love song, honestly.
We had people creating spells. Juno at one point was training to be able to wield a warhammer as a finesse weapon.
It did not succeed. I threw up my back. But now I can only succeed on what I'm currently working on, which is that my aura that I give off of for my bullshit cleric stuff does all the things instead of you either choose temporary hit points or this condition gets removed. Now you can do both.
I know Heck has successfully created at least one magical item and have you started on another?
I actually haven't yet.
Okay.
I don't think. I might have to do some more digging in the drive, but I also kind of want to start something new.
Okay.
I see he's training a dragon. What's a new thing you want to work on, though, Heck?
Training a little dragon, yeah.
Because I also want to do a new thing, and I need to know what your new thing is.
Yeah, I mean, just with like how much more Aster has, especially wild shaped and polymorphed into things that can fly. I think she's focusing on the sky just like a lot more. I think like in general she would be interested in doing something like navigation or like star reading, like that kind of thing. As kind of like developing kind of developing the survival skill. Is that kind of
Okay, so you want to improve your survival skill. That sounds good. There are ways you could do that. You do have in your possession several star charts from previous endeavors and places.
Yeah.
And you'd certainly be able to observe your surroundings while other people are doing the movement for you, such as right now when you're just on a ship, somebody else is navigating. So yeah, I think that's reasonable. You could spend, we'll say an hour at a time, and then we'll do the same structure of like if you want to make a check against your developing knowledge, we'll have successes and failures. Each hour of study will be 1 skill point, and then each success will be another. Each failure is not taking away skill points, but successes and failures will be cumulative until you succeed in improving the skill. So I think we'll say improving the skill is going to be adding 1 more to your modifier for survival for each checkpoint that you get to. And each checkpoint, I'm going to say, is going to be 20 successes before 8 failures. That's about kind of the sweet spot.
All right. And how many hours per day do you think?
We'll say 8. Yeah.
8 hours. Okay.
8 working
8
hours.
checks.
Anybody else? Anybody else want to do anything, work on anything, talk about anything during the time that you got here?
I should have asked, what's the DC?
Oh, I'm sorry.
forgot.
DC's 15.
Okay.
Until you hit
Excuse
the proficiency marks.
I remembered on my way here, I was working on close quarters archery because I've been a lot more combative, and I have a bow, and I'm not good with a sword. So I will keep working on that. So I'll like find like the biggest room and try to like set up some dummies and stuff. And do like flips while trying to shoot arrows.
Nice. Anyone else?
Juno had a new thing.
Juno had a new thing.
I've already forgotten what it is. I have it in my notebook that's at home. I'm currently at an Airbnb and cannot provide it at this time. But I have a Ask Magic About This note in my notebook, and I can see me writing Ask Magic About This, and then I cannot see the text below it in my mind's eye.
Okay, so let's do this then for you, Corndog. Since the
also keep working on the thing that gives me the double. So clearing charmed and frightened conditions.
Yeah, okay, so we were doing Arcana checks for those, right?
Insight.
Okay. You can go ahead.
Which meant I couldn't fail.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and mark up to 24 for all of that between the skill points and the checks.
Yeah, that would do it. It pushes me over the edge this last trip back.
Okay, sweet. So if you could please write down, nope, I'm gonna write it down on my end. Juno succeeds.
I was like, I cannot write anything down.
Juno completes.
I don't have my notebook. I'm so naked.
What was the ability called?
It is the cleric ability. It is Bam. Features and traits. Show me my features and traits. Twilight Sanctuary.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, Twilight Sanctuary.
Yeah, so rather than it being just you grant 1d6 temporary hit points, or you end one effect causing it to be charmed or frightened, they get both.
Yes. Okay, I have that noted. I don't know if you want to like mark that on your character sheet somewhere, or if you'll just remember, but I've got it noted on my end that is now complete. You are going to have now proficiency added. Like if you already add proficiency to the check, you're going to add it again. Wait, no. I got to go back to my scale to see how that works. But you've essentially tiered up in your any projects that you work on that include insight. All right. Anything else?
More points to insight, you said?
No, it's not more points. It's going to take fewer successes before a certain amount of failures to complete projects that involve insight.
Oh,
yes.
That involve insight. I must just become the most insightful bitch. Is what this means.
Ulta is still working on her dragon cant.
All right. So you guys are also going to see throughout the days Ulta training this tiny dragon that you've seen now spunk once. And what are we working on, Ulta?
A nice mix of sit, stay, and fly, and roll over, fetch, and light that thing on fire.
I think it's pronounced Dracarys.
One of these things just doesn't belong here. All right. Go ahead and make those checks. I forget what we were working. What skill check?
Animal handling. DC 8.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Question. Again, I'm the one who asks this question every single time we do this, and I'm going to ask it for the rest of our days. How many skill points is considered a success?
It is not skill points so the skill points are going to be what graduate you toward, like, you're now tier 2 at animal handling, so it will be easier to teach new tricks and more difficult tricks sort of thing. It's the successes versus failures that get you to, like, so many successes before so many failures that get you to, you have now completed this thing.
Okay, so how many skill points until it becomes easier for me to do this thing?
50.
Motherfucker. So, okay.
And each attempt is 1 skill point. Each hour spent studying is a skill point, and each success is another skill point for when you make actual checks.
Okay, now how many checks am I doing?
You can do up to 8 per day, so a total of 24.
Ah, gee.
I think-
Whiz.
And that's,
Okay.
This is for, like, the collective of... No, I'm not going to do that. That's, like, for the collective of tricks that you've now put on the table.
Okay, so that's math. 8 times how many days?
24 check opportunities. So at least 24 skill points and up to 24 check opportunities.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to do it on my fingers. I'm never gonna get this.
While she's doing that, did you have another question, Chrissy? Okay. Anything
No, the
else?
same 5 questions I always ask every time we do this. No big deal.
All right. Anyone else?
Oh, wait, yes, I have another same question.
Okay.
So that was 1 success, and if I do it again, it'll be a 2nd success, and then it'll bring me to the 50 skill points. So what will that bring the DC down to?
The DC will remain the same, but instead of, do you have the successes versus failures written down?
Yeah.
What was the original indication?
No.
Sorry, what it was supposed to be before you finish? No, you don't have that.
So I didn't have that written down. I have 30 in parentheses, which I think is 30 successes.
Yeah, I believe it was 30 before 10. So you're having 50 skill points now will bring that down to 25 successes before 10 failures in order to succeed completely in finishing the project.
I, for some reason, keep raising my hand to ask questions.
That's all right. Go ahead, Icarus.
Do you remember the DC that I needed to beat for mine? I think it was something like 12 or...
It was 12, yes.
Okay. And I believe it was acrobatics because it's combat, so it's dex-based.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And I just need to roll this 24 times, so excuse me, chat.
And remember, crits.
Oh my god!
Crits are double. Good or
and
bad.
I rolled 2 ones. I rolled 3 crits in a row, and 2 of them were crit fails.
All right.
Get good, scrub.
Anyone else before we go to our second and final
Okay,
break for
so-
the evening?
2, 3,
Is it meets it beats it?
4
Meets it, beats it.
successes.
Yes. Hey.
4 successes, 4 failures so far.
Spunk, you wanted to work on something?
I want to make a bomb.
Okay. And it is made of what?
In a TTRPG.
In a TTRPG.
Yeah. I don't want to make it on my own secretions.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna say you need to gather whatever these secretions are, like the stuff.
Yeah, I could spend a whole day just like pinching my abdomen real hard and squeezing out a bunch of juice.
Okay,
Scraping it off my slick meat and slapping it in a bucket to collect.
that is a way to put that. Then we probably need some kind of like vessel, whether that's magically created or you fashion it physically. Like, what is there a general idea that you have?
I have these those little baubles that I have that are like attached to the top of my staff. There's like little glass baubles.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see if I can fit it in one of those.
Okay.
Like a grenade size, maybe.
Yeah, I'm 100% on board. Just trying to math out the numbers based on what I gave other folks for their projects, difficulty depending on the like DC and number of successes before failures depending on the intricacy and difficulty of the task. I would say this one is up there, at least compared to the other ones that have happened, because some of these other ones are more for flavor. I'm gonna say this: you need 30 successes before 10 failures to complete crafting the bomb, the secretion bomb of magicness. And then you'll also want to note, again, I'm going to send you a document that I put together for everybody way back when, so that we have this all in one place. You'll want to mark down each hour that you spend studying how to do this is 1 skill point. Each attempt at starting the craft itself that you succeed is another skill point and a success. And then you'll also want to mark failures. The DC for this is going to be 14 on whatever your spell casting ability is, I think we should say, because it's an artificer thing. Does that sound reasonable to you? Awesome. So Spunk is working on a little splooge bomb. Awesome.
30 successes?
Before 10 failures. Otherwise, you need to start over.
I would create Spunk their own tab on our sheet, but I cannot.
I'm gonna roll 30 times right now.
Yeah. Well, 24. You have an opportunity for up to 24.
Whoops.
I also put.
It took a while to load, but they're there now. Boom!
There they are. Hovering over it, you'll be able to see each one.
Yep. Fail.
And don't forget to add your spellcasting modifier to each of those.
Hold on.
I saw that, Bright. I saw that.
I was gonna do something else, and then I was like, no,
Some
that
double
takes too long.
birds.
I was about to do this whole thing. Oh, plus 10. Fuck me. Okay.
Damn.
So
Do you...
wait, it's a plus 10. So what's the DC is 14? Okay,
14.
I was like, wait a minute. I can't fail.
Almost. I don't think you did fail on any of them. Nope, there's
I
two
think
in
I
there.
failed on one.
Yeah, there's
two.
one,
There's a
two.
one. There you go.
I failed on 1 and 2, the 2 and the 1.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 22 successes and
That's a
2
very
failures.
That's a very efficient way to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually.
Y'all are
There you
hitting
go.
buttons and you gotta go back and look.
Everybody's got like 16 rolls
You
individually.
just do a
What's
screenshot. Ba-bam.
There you go.
Also,
Um,
Magic, I sent you a message for. I recalled I had to go through all of my like brain Rolodex waves just to get back to the note in my brain. I was like, I remember. Working on the ability to see things for what they are that are up close. So working on true seeing as an innate feature rather than a spell slot. Because while I do have it as a Twilight Domain cleric, I can use that spell. I like the idea of it becoming more of like an innate feature.
Okay.
Where like when I actually stare at something, like it would be an active look at something, but having essentially true seeing when I did. So
Nice. Okay. I'm with it. Absolutely. Is that something that
I
you
want
would
my
have
elf
been...
eyes to see more crazy shit.
Is that something that you would have been working on during this time, or just for something in the
No,
future? Okay.
that's just for going forward. I wanted you to note it. I wanted me to note it. I wanted to say it out loud. So hopefully my heart will note it. But we'll see.
Absolutely. Yes, and we are definitely going to make that happen. Love it. Okay. Anything else for anybody for like downtime stuff?
For your reference later, whenever you make Bright a tab on our thing, I have wrote down the DC and everything in our little group message, but I can't pin it. So that's all. Don't let it disappear because I'll probably send dumb shit through this message for the rest of the night. That's all I can think of.
Okay.
I wrote it down, thank you.
Perfect. All right, and then I've got documents coming to all of you for those things, as well as our ongoing campaign notes things. Thank you, Saint, for pinning that. Okay. So, interrupting your third day of travel. This is not going to take away from your time doing downtime activities or anything along those lines. But at one point, when you are all presumably in the, what do you call them? The bedrooms, the boarding rooms, whatever they are, in the
Barracks.
the barracks. I'm not really
The
sure.
boudoir.
In the lower deck.
The fuck dungeon.
Since I keep having to move you up. Don't worry about it. I got it.
Oh, sorry. I
You're
just
good.
have bad posture because I gaze it.
Oh man.
I know exactly what you're saying, and I wish I could do the same.
God. Okay, your day will be interrupted by a projection appearing between you all of Leosin Erlenthar. And
That was his last name?
Yes. Erlenthar. Erlanthar. Jesus Christ. You'll see him sort of he's sitting in a chair at a small table, and he's got about 6 people around him chanting. It would be obvious enough to the spellcasters in the group that they are the people making this projection happen by magical means. And he looks to you all and says, I see that you are nearing us again. Were you successful in finding Macath?
Yeah, we killed her. That was what we were supposed to do, right?
You're gonna have to give us a minute. The one that usually does all the talking is currently indisposed. I think a bug is attacking them.
Fine. Wild shapes into a spider.
I'm sending, or I put it in chat.
Do you need
Oh my
to take
God,
care of that?
That's
It's a
huge.
spider
The fuck is
the
that
size of my
monster?
thumb.
Do you need a
So
minute,
those
corn
are
dog?
like the tile that it's on. I don't kill spiders because all hail the spider gods. But I'm so scared, you guys. I can't let that be in here with me because it's probably gonna kill me.
Take one of the coffee mugs and put it over it so it can't get out.
You'll be fine. I promise.
If you need to handle that,
I can
we
hear you guys. You guys keep going, and I'm
Can
sorry.
you hear it walking around?
I can feel
Can you
it.
hear it?
I
Can you hear
can
its
feel it
feet
walking
shuffling
around with my
across the linoleum?
being.
Do you hear it going
You're
every time it
horrible.
runs?
That's horrible.
Ow! I
Okay,
stabbed
so
myself.
someone else may respond to
Okay.
Listen while this is happening.
All just aside, yes, we did meet with her. We had some counsel or whatever and talked about her, and she is going to the Magic-y Wizardy Council of Archmages Council. What are they called?
The Arcane Brotherhood.
The Arcane Fraternity. And she took the Aravatore with her.
Although I think what might be a little bit more important to mention here is, the whole Cyanrath coming back after us
Yeah.
with the blue dragon.
Yeah, they
came after
revived.
you.
Mhm. And then the dragon became a lich dragon, which was kind of terrifying. Wrong fight.
Oh
Wrong
my
fight.
god. Right. Right. Please
We've been
delete
attacked.
that.
There've been so many attacks. I'm just confused.
Wrong fight.
Oh,
I'm
Bring
gonna
it
put
back.
Zoom
Oh.
window over Discord right now. Okay.
stop.
Bring it back. Okay, so wrong fight. No lich thing happening with that one.
Yes. No,
Well, I
it was
mean,
the blue
Cyanrath
dragon
was
and
undead.
Langadrosa, right?
Cyanrath was undead. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. He was undead, not the dragon. That was the whole separate thing. Oh.
Over the table, did you guys ever tell the faction leaders about what happened to Cyanrath at the end of the last fight you'd had against him? As a friendly reminder, that would have been when Frulum stabbed
Just made
him
him
with
disappear?
a black knife, and there was a flash of green before they disappeared together.
We
Though,
told
weren't
someone
we
about
not?
him.
Us?
I thought we told
Well,
the sexy knight lady.
we had. I want to say Ulta had openly said during all of that, during the trial. I'm using the word trial because I don't know how to explain it.
Council meeting.
Council meeting, sure.
Yeah.
She felt attacked.
Yep.
She would have absolutely divulged whatever, you know what I mean? Like, she would not have held, because in her brain she was like attempting to complete a mission, and part of that was like identifying all of the bad guys
Uh-huh.
and what has happened with them and if they are or are not dead. And she would have definitely said, like, we don't know, they disappeared, we don't know if they're alive or dead, we don't know what happened to them. I was pretty sure we killed them, but my shadow's gone. Help me find it.
And then also, you did mention to the council the dragon fight on the castle when two wizards turned him into a Dracolich, all that jazz.
Yeah, I think we already did that part.
Yeah. Okay. So Leosin will respond with, "So it's true what they can do with these artifacts. Do you think that you've taken care of him this time?" We're here.
Yes.
We're here.
Yep. Yep. yes.
God damn it.
Jesus Christ.
This time it felt like we killed the undead, so I feel like there's no coming back from undead, right?
On top of that, he was more or less disintegrated entirely, so it would be
No
difficult.
body to revive or corpse to raise.
Well, that's good news, and I'm glad that you are all okay. And who is this? looking at you, Spunk.
This is our friend Spunk.
I'm Spunk.
What are you talking about? That's LSAO.
What?
And I just I wait for him to be uncomfortable for a moment and then be like, just kidding, he's right, it is Spunk. I know my brand of humor doesn't flow well as you
I'm
know,
so confused.
but I'm still going to try
I
it.
thought you called me a band that used to be cool back in the 90s. And then
It was the
Ayo.
aughts, thank you very much, and no.
very confused.
So your
Hi.
party has
I
expanded
want
again
to
then.
laugh, but I didn't know what the joke was.
It has.
Well-
yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm Spunk.
Well, Spunk, my name is Leosin. It's very nice to meet you, and you are with good company, I assure you. So for all of you then,
But for real, do you? How much can you assure me of that? Because I'm still on the fence, to be honest.
well then I suppose you'll have to take your own experience and insight for yourself.
Okay, that's a lot less helpful than you think it is.
Well, I'm nothing if not straightforward at the very least.
Oh, yeah, I have a cousin who has that.
Jesus Christ, Fright. I'm like halfway between can I play games with you or can I not play games with you, man?
Oh boy.
Ray, what have you done? This is not the line you are supposed to know.
Never a dull day. I love it.
Okay.
Okay. And he continues, and the task with Macath then.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, they're taking the long way around to do the things. So,
I thought we already
they're
said that part.
stopping where they need to.
yep.
Yeah, we were told that they would potentially be able to bring aid of their own, which, from the sounds of the Well of Dragons and, being advised not to go alone, I feel like that's incredibly helpful.
Oh, and I got a crystal heart, and it's really cool. That's how I'm gonna explain it.
That sounds lovely. Oh, you mentioned the Well of Dragons. You learned of its location then. And this is where they're
We
taking
did.
the treasure?
I think so.
Where is it?
Do you have a map? I could point to it.
Is it entirely safe to be communicating this over our current mode of communication, or should we wait until we're there?
This is, there is no one who can hear you but myself. Unless there are others
insight
around you.
check then.
Sure.
Okay, not that I don't trust Leo, saying that I don't know, I'm just paranoid that someone is listening to us from outside both ends here. 12.
Okay. You are aware of means that people could use who are particularly well versed in specific types of magic that could be spying in on the conversation, but they would have to be directly spying in on one side of the conversation or the other, the people directly. So he gave you the qualifier that at least on his end, he's confident that no one would be able to hear you other than himself. But he did give you the qualifier that unless anybody else could be around you, which he wouldn't know if that's the case.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little geographically challenged, but it's to the right of El Terrell a ways, and closer to the mountains than the water. To the east of El Terrell.
There we go.
There you go.
At least it's to the right on a map, so at least it was somewhat helpful.
So the Sunset Mountains.
Past part of them, but maybe not the whole range. Yes, on the more north end side of the Sunset Mountains.
Okay. Very good. We will have other people on tasks to scout the area and gather more information about that as we can. But we now have more information for you as well. Unless you feel it necessary to return to Waterdeep, it won't be necessary, at least for our part, before you go on to your next task.
We will need our credit card re-up, Dad.
Daddy?
Also, if we could come, I'm going to get really close to this vision of Eliseo. Do you know? I haven't
Leos.
much. Do you know? Wow, whatever I said. Where we might come across some mud baths outside of my village. I feel like there has to
Mud
be some in
baths.
Waterdeep. Mud baths. Baths that you take mud. You take. I get it, Leo said, that you don't believe in exfoliation. But a mud bath is an exfoliating experience that helps remove the dead skin cells off of your body, cleanse you, bring you anew into this world to keep you looking young and vivacious, such as myself.
Well, I mean, Waterdeep has a spa.
We need to stop there.
Yes.
We would like
Of
one night
course.
in Waterdeep to re-up our credit card and take a trip to the spa. We would like a beach episode.
Nice. Of course, if that's what you need, then you'll do what you must. But on to the knowledge we now have for you. It looks like we'll be able to actually be one step ahead of the cult at this point. You recall telling me about a dragon mask that one of your shadow warriors was using in an encounter with you in the Flying Castle, yes?
Yeah.
It seems there are more. We're also aware of the one that your friend Talus told you about and asked you to look for when you went to the castle in the first place, yes?
I wouldn't necessarily call her a friend. I call very few people friends.
Good, as she is directly involved and in line with the cult. But I understand the situation at hand warranted some amount of cooperation at the time.
So you're saying kill on sight?
Well, that's at your discretion. We do have a
Maybe
conflict
name.
of we do have a conflict of epic proportions on our hands here. Our intelligence now says that there are at least 5 of these masks, and that they are used by the cult, or will be used by the cult, for whatever summoning ritual is happening in the near future for bringing Tiamat here. We have a lead on where you may be able to find one and gain possession of it before it can be used.
That's good.
Where would that be?
Not just after. Whoop, let me correct that statement. It sounds like you may be stopping in Waterdeep, and that should be fine. But then you will re-embark with Captain Lariska southward toward Baldur's Gate and the Kyanthar River. You're looking for a place called Boriskir Bridge. To the east. Ooh, wait. Hold, please. DM short circuits.
Don't break. We still need you.
Quickly, that river was the one that we went down that one time and we killed all those things.
On our way to Baldur's Gate? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup.
Okay.
Ah,
Just checking.
nope. I gave you the wrong river. Haha. I short circuited real hard on that one.
It's okay.
The winding water. Before you would reach the Kyanthar River.
Okay.
Head east.
So this guy right up here?
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. That was so beautiful. Thank you, Ulta and Magic.
Yeah, I need to. Here you go.
Oh, hi, Icarus. I see you too.
You'll want to go east past the Troll Claws. There you will find this monument. It is a bridge.
I was about to say, I swear that word wasn't there a second ago. And then I saw the other one pop up. I'm like, it wasn't.
Speak to the innkeeper about a Varum, a dwarf, and one of your shadow warriors, if the garb that they wear is to be any tell. They should be somewhere nearby and are in possession of this white mask. I believe you'll have a good opportunity to take it from them.
Once we acquire it, what should we do with it? Should we put it on our own faces? Should we set it on fire? Should we cast it into the sea with some rocks?
My personal advice is that you bring it back to Waterdeep as quickly as you can.
Sure.
Okay. So.
Is there anyone in particular we should bring it back to?
Yeah.
I would also advise that you tell no one of this outside of your faction leaders and yourselves, of course. This is a highly sensitive matter, and this intellect tells us that we're going to be in possession of very dangerous cargo.
I start whispering to Spunk what the different factions are. I know that there's the Harbor, which I'm a part of. There's the Emerald Enclave, which Aster's a part of. My brother is also a part of the Harbor. And then Ulta is a part of... I know this. It's not the Order of the Gauntlet, it's the other one.
The King's Alliance. The King's Landing. Lord's Alliance.
You're so there we
Lord's
go.
Alliance.
You're
There
so
we
close.
Close. Lord's Alliance. Yeah. Before Leosin leaves, I'm going to whisper to him, any update on my shadow?
Unfortunately, no. Astriel has been quite on top of researching into that and has not come up with anything yet.
Tell you something I'd like her to be on top of. Just kidding. I wasn't.
Yeah, baby. She hot.
She do be
I
hot.
thought I was muted.
You're not muted. I will also tell Spunk just how desirable she is.
Giving him all the hot deets.
Yeah, so like these are like what they're about, but this is what they're actually about. Like Emerald Enclave had this weird old dude who kind of smelled like bird shit. Those kind of details.
Are you
The
implying
important
that
one-
everybody with the Emerald Enclave is basically just a member of Coachella's? Like,
Stop.
No, this guy had like birds in his beard and stuff like that.
right? What
Like
did
when
I
I
say?
say he smells like bird poop, he do.
P.S. Especially for Spunk, since you have not seen this person before, the projection is essentially like... Think Star Wars council meetings when not all the Jedi Masters are in the same place and they have projections of themselves in the chairs. It's like the bluey ghost version of this
Yeah.
image.
I've seen this fucking nerd. He looks like Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah. You right.
Captain LaRusta will say, well, it seems when we're in Waterdeep, I will have to acquire or build a smaller boat for you to traverse the river on. And I'll have to drop you off at the sea.
Will that one also go as fast, or are we like in charge of it again?
No, that one will have to be manually operated by you.
With like oars and shit.
The pile of blankets that is Juno just collapses.
We have to use like oars and shit to move it.
Yeah, it was really awful the last time. And
Yeah,
my
we
brother
did
doesn't know how to
once.
drive.
It was pretty awful. But to be fair, last time we did it, we did manage to kill a bunch of things.
There was
Okay.
a lot of bloodshed. That's also when we found out that not everyone agrees with bloodshed as our first choice. So that's
Well,
why we ask questions
Well,
and then
I guess
kill.
the better question is, why are you so like? Why do you get like a hard on for bloodshed? Like, what is it about bloodshed that sets you ablaze? Is it like something you truly enjoy, or did your father really like bloodshed and it just rubbed off on you, and now it's part of like a family tradition that you can't shake because of this indoctrination that your parents put inside of you when you were a young little child and said violence, violence?
Are you asking Ulta that?
I'm asking the general group. He's kind of glancing in between you as he speaks.
Ulta will go, well, I was adopted, and then just walk away.
I
That
wasn't-
got issues.
I wasn't raised for bloodshed or anything. I was actually quite musically inclined before this, and this kind of led to having to make some hard choices. And you know, there's that one point where my lyre turned into a bow and shot magical arrows, and you know, that kind of led a certain way, and now I just have to shoot arrows.
Your mother told you were a lute playing hippie and told you to get a real job, didn't she?
Well, she did hate me, but I don't know if those were her exact words.
Oh,
Something about like sun-loving whore or something. No, I'm kidding. Sun, like as in like the sun, not the moon, not like sun like gay.
Ah.
That
Say,
sounded problematic.
that's
Or,
it's a
oh,
different
This
tag.
conversation's going great.
oh god, that's not how I meant for that to go.
We know what's in Hyacinth's Google history.
Wait, what? Oh, were you talking about the Yennefer image I searched?
No.
I was like,
so-
I literally just searched her name.
Anyway,
So
glad you
Leosin
kept
is
us.
going to.
I'm so
Reeling it in.
confused.
Leosin is going to finish up with. It sounds like we'll see you in Waterdeep soon, and essentially give you a bow, and the projection will end. Is there
Okay,
anything that you
bye.
guys want to do or discuss during your last few hours of travel here before getting back to Waterdeep?
I would like to send a message to our necromancer friend and ask how their business is doing. But that does not need to be something that happens right now on screen for everybody.
Why not?
I just want to check in, see if they're doing well.
It's great. This weekend we're having a friends and family discount.
Yay!
Jesus.
Yay!
He will at least respond with something to the effect of, "Oh, it's lovely to hear from you again, and actually, it's going rather well. The Council of Waterdeep has agreed to help fund the program and discourage the more nefarious uses of necromancy around the city."
See, we don't always kill people. Sometimes we help people just take care of bodies.
Okay, guys. I know it's a little bit earlier than when we would normally end, but I think getting back to Waterdeep and starting our relax, at least start of episode next time is going to be a good point to start with next
You mean
time.
not going into combat?
Yeah.
Start of the combat?
Oh my god!
We
I
had
didn't
a
know
pretty-
that this what it was until now, but we're gonna have mud baths,
Yup.
and I just made a bomb.
There you go.
I think I made a bath bomb.
Uh-oh.
No.
Yes.
Love this.
More on that next time.
I'm gonna exfoliate the shit out of this.